If you didn't get it done, then you've got a grade of whatever you did get done, because we're about to go over them. So which means you didn't do them on your own. So number 1 says you go on a first date with whoever your dream date's name was, and the two of you eat 8 sliders and 3 onion rings for just $7.85. So what are the two things that we're talking about? Well, actually, I finished reading. Okay. For your 1-week anniversary, you return to the same place and buy 12 sliders and 4 onion rings for $11.20. How much does each item cost? Yeah. So what goes here?
Total.
Okay. What are my two totals? Your total should be amounts.
Oh, yeah, 12. Yeah.
$7.85 and $11.20. We actually don't need the dollar signs there, right? But what is this a total of? What is the $7.85 a total of? First date. Okay, and the $11.20.
Third anniversary. Oh.
Okay, and what are the two things that were bought?
Sliders and onion rings.
So what abbreviations should we use?
S and R.
S and R. Okay, how many were bought the first week?
The first week was about 3.
8 sliders and 3 onion rings.
8 sliders and 3 onion rings.
Got one number right.
Okay, and for the anniversary date, 12 sliders and 4 onion rings. Yeah. Okay. So we're not going to work these out. We're just setting them up. I will let you get some of your points back by working them out, like that you as part of your grade. I was just looking for you to get them set up this weekend. Okay, so this one's set up for you now. Okay. How many of you need an extra copy of this paper because you don't even have the paper? Here's a few copies. Do you need one? And you?
Thank you.
Did you say you needed one? Okay, so you have to draw your own little tables. So, okay, let's do another one real quick. Okay, number 2. Tickets for the concert are offered for lawn and pavilion seating. A group orders 6 pavilion and 9 lawn tickets and gets charged $282. The group behind them ordered 13 pavilion and 7 lawn tickets, and they have to pay $411. How much does each type of seat cost? And so where are we going to start?
Total.
Total? Okay. What's my two numbers?
282 and 411.
Okay. So what are we going to call our total labels over here? On this side.
Group 1, group 2.
Okay. Group 1. Group 2. Okay. What are the two types of things that they're buying?
Lawn tickets and pavilions.
Okay. Okay, so what letters would I use?
L and B.
L, P. I always use a capital L when I'm using L because a lowercase l gets misconstrued as a 1. So either that or use a cursive L if you're using L as a variable. So either capital or cursive. So how much did they buy? How much did group one buy?
282.
9 lawn ones and 6 pavilion ones. I wrote them backwards from the word problem, the way they're worded. Okay. And then group two. Okay, 7 lawn and 13 pavilion. Is this a regular standard form? So am I going to write the plus signs and the equal signs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that one's set up for you. Now, let's look at the next one. Okay. You believe that you have found the cure for the flu. The vaccines that you have made so far are 85% pure solution and 97% pure solution. The first was too weak and the second was too strong. So you want to make a 91% solution this time. 500 milliliters are needed for an injection. How much of each solution must you mix together? Okay, so this is one of those mixture problems that he gave you. Do we still use total? Yes. But what do we also have to include with this total? Can't just say total. What are we trying to get a total of? 91% solution or 0.91? Because we don't put the percent sign in our problem, right? So 0.91 solution. Okay. So what are the things, the totals?
Is it 97 and 90 or 85?
Okay. Well, 97 and 85 are going to be the two that we're going to add together, right?
500?
So, and it's going to total 500 total milliliters, right? So over here is our milliliters of each that we need. Okay. So the milliliters. Okay. We need our milliliters to total 500. And what did we need our percentage to be?
97. No.
0.91, right? That's where this is at, but this is the 91% solution here. And it's going to be, it's got to be times that 500. Okay? So over here is our, so 0.97 x and 0.85 y. Why did I choose x and y?
Because you don't have a word.
There's no word that is a good, or we're talking about the same thing. So even if I use the word solution, it'd be the same thing on both of them, right? So it's easiest to do x and y. Are these in standard form as well? Will I put the plus signs here and the equal signs here? So now we set number 3 up. Okay. So number 4, Jake and Elwood have an extensive set of blues music on their iPods. Together they own 129 albums. Jake has 23 more albums than Elwood. How many albums does each person have? So what's going to go over here?
Total.
What are my numbers that are going to go under total?
129.
And 23.
129 and 23. Okay. And what's the 129 talking about?
The total album.
Okay, so combined, right? Which means that we're going to add them together, right? To get that, if it's combined.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then What is this one?
How many more?
Jake,
How many more or the difference? I like to use the difference. Okay, between them. Or you can say how many more. Okay, but it's a difference problem. It's the difference between the two that we know about. So who are the two people we're talking about?
Jake and
Elwood.
So I know on the video that he tells you to set this up like a substitution problem, right? But to me, who has more albums?
Jake.
Jake has more. So if I take Jake and I minus Elwood's, then I'm going to equal 23. Okay. So you could also write this as Jake equals Elwood plus 23 and make it a substitution problem. But to me, if I'm going to use difference as my label, it's easier just to say difference here, right? That's what a minus sign means, is difference. And their total albums is Jake plus Elwood. So do I already have something that would eliminate here? The E's would, because I've got plus E and I've got minus E, right? So it would automatically eliminate there if you like the elimination method. If you like the substitution method, then that's fine. You just have to put your equal sign here and make this your plus sign here. And then you would substitute in. Okay. So either way you set that up, both of them are a correct way to set it up. Just depends on if you prefer to use substitution to solve or if you prefer elimination to solve. Okay. Okay. Number 5. Bob and Larry combined to run a 7,460 meter race in 27 minutes. Bob runs an average speed of 300 meters per mile, and Larry runs an average speed of 260 meters per mile. How many minutes does each of them run? Okay, so we got our total. What's my two totals? Can you tell?
7,460 and 27.
Okay, 7,460 and the 27. What was the 7,460?
Meters.
Okay, and the 27?
Minutes.
And who are my two runners?
Bob and Larry.
Bob the tomato and Larry the cucumber.
I was just thinking like really redneck people try to run.
Okay. So, do we have anything for the meters, or do they each just run whatever they run, right? So this is our plus Bob's run plus Larry's run equals that total amount. So what about the minutes, though? Well, I'm just writing this because we're going to add them, but it's kind of like a mixture problem. So these are actually the ones that don't get the number in front of them because we're told they run how many meters a minute?
300.
Right, so Bob runs 300, so that's talking about meters. So it's got to go in our meters row, right? And Larry runs 260. So now you have that one set up. Number 6. Mr. Robertson goes to Math Nerds R Us to buy 40 strands of regular algebra lights plus 60 strands of radioactive algebra lights. This trip cost him $107. His classroom isn't bright enough, so he returns to buy another 25 regular strands and 10 radioactive strands for an additional $35.25. How much does each type of strand cost?
Radioactive lights.
So we got a total of what? What's my totals?
40 strands of regular lights and 60 strands of radioactive lights.
That's not my total though.
$107 and $35.25.
And 35.25. Okay, so this was his first trip. And the second trip. And what are the two types of lights that he bought?
Radioactive.
Okay, so regular and radioactive. So both of those start with R. So what letters do you want to use? Okay. So how many regular lights did he buy in his first trip?
40,
And how many in his second trip?
60.
Sorry, radioactive in that first trip. You're right. Okay, and then regular for the second trip?
What's it called?
25.
25 and 10. So we're going to stop right there. I'm going to let you set those two other ones up. There's a mixture problem and there's a regular kind of problem there. So those are for you to get finished along with solving 5 of them to finish up that work that you didn't do this weekend. Okay, and then you have this this packet here, okay, that you are going to put on GoFormative. Notice that it says, okay, record your answers in GoFormative. So there are 4 problems that you actually have to come up with number answers for. Okay, and then the rest of them are multiple choice ones. Some of them you have to work out all the way. Some of them you just have to set up. Okay, so you may partner together as long as you are working and getting your stuff done. But those are the 2 things that you need to be working on the rest of the class period today.
Do we have to finish this?
So if you don't have internet at home, you can put these into GoFormative at home. Then I suggest maybe you work on them first, because this one you can turn in the paper copy to me. Oh, okay. This one you have to put online to turn in.